My peoples. My peoples. I don't know if y'all saw the latest press conference, but Teofimo Lopez slapped the taste out of Arnold Barboza's mouth. Things got chippy, they got spicy, and there's bad blood. Now there's reason for them to really dislike each other. Especially Arnold Barboza. He has to be feeling some type of way. You know, he's the one, he's the slappy. The one who got slapped up. It was real interesting to see. I mean, just to tell you exactly what happened. When they went face to face, Teofimo had a sombrero and Barboza kind of pushed it off of his head and fell on the floor. Obviously, Teofimo didn't like that, but you can actually hear his pops yelling. And he was like, fuck him up. No, he was actually saying, fuck that motherfucker up. Fuck that motherfucker up. So you know, Teofimo's father, he's the hype man in that team. He hyped it up. And what did the five fingers say to the face? Slap. Teofimo proceeded to slap Arnold Barboza in the face. On lace, salute my G. What's the deal, my brother? The first one in the building. What's up, man? Give me your opinion. What do you think about Teofimo slapping Barboza in that press conference? I mean, it looked like he barely caught him, but he caught him. You could hear it. Slapped him pretty good. But what do you think, man, the way that it played out? You know, is this something that they did to sell the fight? Was this planned? Or was it something that it went down for real? You know, they don't like each other. We could see they have that energy. Barboza's been telling them, I'm going to put hands on you. You think it's personal, huh? To be honest, I think so too. I think so too. Somebody told me, yeah, that's staged. You know, fighters do that to try to sell the fight. It didn't look staged to me, bro. Real talk. And then you could hear Teofimo's father talking about, fuck him up, fuck him up. Right before Teofimo put that right hand in Barboza's face. Actually, it was the left hand. It was a lefty slap. So it was a jab slap. I don't know, my brother. I think that this fight, and I've been telling people, man, this might be the most explosive fight out of the three. Natalie, what's up? What's up, Natalie? Did you see that slap? Teofimo Lopez slap Arnold Barboza. It was definitely a good slap. Listen, bro. This is the kind of situation that when you see it happen in a press conference, and they still have a lot more face-offs to go. You don't know if something else is gonna happen, but by the time they get to fight night, man, they're gonna be ready to go. Real talk. The Bay Harbor Butcher. What's the deal, fam? Natalie. Yeah, it was so good. I mean, I think, you know, it's going to be really interesting. Like I said before, Teofimo, he's the one that could get upset. I know Ryan Garcia is going with Rollies. That's going to be a real good fight. Devin Haney with Jose Ramirez. That's going to be a good one as well. But Barboza, man, he's bringing in that energy. Like, he's ready to put all type of hands. Barboza's trying to put all types of hands on Teofimo. Natalie, I am 36. Oh, you young. You young. I'm 46. Raw dog. Teo versus Barboza gonna be good because contrast of styles and Barboza pressure. That's what I'm talking about. I know that Teofimo, he's a very good counter puncher and he knows how to handle pressure. But Barboza, he's gonna, you know, he's going in there ready to trade. He's coming forward and he's gonna put hands on him. Teofimo's gonna have to fight. This is going to turn into a fight, my peoples. On Lace, I turned 42 on Sunday. Well, let me be the first to say happy birthday to you, my brother. You still a young buck. You a young gun too. We young still. But yeah, man, listen, I'm super. Like, I've been looking forward to Teofimo versus Barboza. But for some reason, man, after watching this slap, I'm even more looking forward to it now. Raw dog, yup. A fight will break out. That's what I'm trying to say, bro. Like, it's going to start off. I know they're going to be strategic. They coming in with the game plan and all that good stuff. But your fight's going to break out up in there. They're going to start trading leather, and it's going to get ugly. It's going to get ugly. And when I say ugly, look, Teofimo's not a dirty fighter. Barboza's not a dirty fighter. I mean, it's going to get ugly because they're going to trade some nasty leather. They're going to both land some big shots. I wouldn't be surprised if they both visit the canvas before it's all said and done. Moe Olsen, what's the deal, my G? Good to see you on, my brother. It's going to get chippy. John Parham, what's the deal, my G? Good to have you on. Natalie, yo, I am going. Oh, Natalie, you're going to be in Times Square to see that live? That's fire. Man, listen, that's the first time they hold a boxing card in Times Square, surrounded by skyscrapers, man. Listen, that scenery is going to be amazing. Raw dog, there will be blood. Oh, for sure, for sure. Because I'm telling you, you can already see that Barboza and Teofimo don't like each other. Real talk, they don't like each other. And this slap just added another layer of dislike. When you get, I'm telling you, I just thought about what did the five fingers say to the face? Slap. It's gonna get chippy up there. And then we have a few more pressers to go. The fight is in May. It's in May, my people. We still have most of March, most of April, and April. So they're gonna see each other a lot of times. They're gonna come face to face a lot of times before that fight. So that energy is going to keep building and building and building up until fight night. By the time they get to fight night, man, they're going to be ready to tear each other's heads off. It's going to get real serious out there. John Parham, I thought about trying to go. Should have made the plans. Man, I wish I could have gone myself, my brother, because, up in Times Square, like, that's going to be historic. And by the way, my peoples, they have been talking about that card that they're going to hold in Alcatraz. That's going to be crazy. You imagine that? I love, that concept that they bringing in. His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh and his team. Salute to them, man. Like, in Times Square, next up, they're going to be up in Alcatraz. They haven't announced who's going to be there. But you imagine that? A place that used to be a jail, a small island. How they even going to set it up, man? That's just... I'm not going to be able to be there in person, but I'm looking forward to seeing it on TV. And I promise you, my people, fights in Times Square, in Alcatraz, those are the type of events that bring people to watch that aren't even boxing fans. Non-boxing fans will tune in just because of those locations. Natalie, can I donate? Well, in my case, I can't, I don't have no way. As you can see, I don't even have 1,000 subscribers, so I can't receive anything. But I appreciate it. I don't know if you want to donate tickets to someone. That would be different. But in my case, I'm not even able to receive donations. Yet, eventually, people will be able to look out for me if they want to help me build my studio and all that good stuff. But that's a different ballgame. Raw dog, I'm in a call and would love to go see boxing in Alcatraz. Man, you imagine that? Jumping in your little ferry, going to the island and watching them fight. That's going to be insane, bro. That's going to be insane. But the first one is going to be up in Times Square. And listen, bro, that card is going to be bonkers. Like I told y'all, man. Like we was talking about it this morning. Ryan Garcia is going to have a real good fight with Rollies. We seen the viral sparring video that was out there, that is out there, not them trying to knock each other heads off. But guess what? This is going to be an extension of that. They're going to be trying to knock each other heads off. Natalie, you have a good one, ma. Moe Olsen, hopefully no one takes a knee on their own. Could be a problem. I hope not, man. I hope the knee situation is not going to inject itself into any of these fights. John Parham, J. Smith, do yourself a favor and ask Natalie to did and block her. I'm sorry, to did and block her. Dip and block her. Well, if you're telling me, then we need to handle that. She like 8'9" and be trolling. Oh, yeah. Natalie, have a good one. You out of here. Thanks for letting me know, my brother. Thanks for letting me know. Boom. Done deal. So yeah, my peoples, listen. This fight, this card in Times Square, I do believe that Teofimo is the one who is the closest to getting upset. Honestly, I gotta keep it 100 with you, my peoples. She's the, Teofimo Lopez. Just because Barboza, I think out of them three, he's the toughest opponent. I don't think Jose Ramirez can outbox Devin Haney. He's a good fighter. Don't get it twisted. I do have that question mark in my head. How is Devin gonna be able to handle power? How is Devin gonna be able to handle when he gets caught with that left hook? We have to see that. You know what I'm saying? We have to see it. But at the end of the day, Ryan Garcia, I think he beats Rolly. I think he probably stops Rolly, to be honest. And Devin Haney outboxes Jose Ramirez to a point decision. Now, Teofimo Lopez and Leandro Barboza, that's a tough fight, man. That's a tough fight. I hope none of y'all sleeping on Barboza. We seen his last couple of performances. He's been on fire. He got momentum on his side. Gonna be interesting. And then Teofimo slapped him like that. That man is mad as hell, yo. Real talk. On Lace, can Rolly clip Ryan? Hope Ryan don't look past him. And now that you say that, it's interesting because Ryan Garcia was actually on stage talking about, I'm just thinking about Devin Haney and whooping him again. And it's like, bro, why you putting energy into Devin? You got Rolly in front of you that you got to handle. John Parham, nothing against kids, but she always offers everyone. She always offers money. I seen her in a chat. I check her profile to make sure it was her. Oh, I got you. Yeah. Still, I don't know how she gets in here because I marked this not for kids. I guess maybe she uses, someone else's or made a profile. I don't know. But no kids. This isn't for kids. As you guys know, we gotta sometimes use, this is boxing. Sometimes we use language that is not fit for kids anyways. So yeah, she need to get out of here. You 9 years old, 10, 11, 12, nah, you need to get your ass out of here. Go to a chat for kids. Rolly got, love more Hinduism. Rolly got popped, bro. Nah, that's facts. Listen, Rolly got the type of hands to hurt anybody. He's real heavy-handed. He's a strong kid. I just don't think he has the boxing skills to beat Ryan Garcia. That's what it is. I think Ryan Garcia is going to be able to outbox him and just has, better overall skills. We know Ryan has that weakness with his defense. Little chin up. We know how he do with the chin up. But I think he'll be able to avoid Rolly's best punches. He also has the height and reach advantage. So when Ryan has height and reach on you, he could be very, very problematic with that. He's knocked out a lot of short fighters with that left hook. Dilbert, Rolly's going to win. Ooh, you see? Okay, Dilbert. Now, you one of the few people that's saying straight up Rolly's going to win. Tell us why you think Rolly's going to win that fight. The Mexican G, what's the deal, my brother? Rolly has retard strength. Can't count him out. So, let me just say he has special people strength. I don't want nobody being mad at me. But Rolly's a very strong kid. He's super strong. I just think it's skills-wise. Ryan Garcia is a lot sharper than he is. I know Rolly's going to come forward. He's going to try to make it a slugfest. And I think Ryan is all in. I think he's all in. Now, if Rolly catches him with one of them nasty looping punches that he throws, it could be night-night. You know what I'm saying? He could send Ryan Garcia straight to Valhalla with the Vikings. You know what I'm saying? John Parham, Ryan said he knocking him out. Rolly definitely got popped. I mean, honestly, I believe that Ryan Garcia is going to try to to be spectacular. This is not going to be one of those fights where both fighters are being cautious and they taking it easy, just trying to score points. No, 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 no. Our fight is going to break out early. Early. I think in the first round is already going to turn into a slugfest. Real talk. On Lace, Rolly definitely cracking. Tank said that's the hardest. He's been hit. Let's see. I'm trying to tell you, my peoples, Rolly Romero's got serious, serious power. And Ryan has to be careful. You know, he sometimes leaves that chin out there like that. Like, please hit me in my chin. We have to see it. We have to see it. Man, shout out to Bellerlin Hernandez. Te quiero mucho, mi amor. Mwah. I think Jose gonna KO Haney. Ooh, love more Hinduism. It's like that. Listen, I've been saying Devin Haney is the more skilled fighter. I'm just wondering how he's gonna bounce back after that beating he took from Ryan Garcia, because he took some nasty, nasty shots. So, you know, I want to see how that's gonna play out. How is he gonna react when he gets hit? We already know Jose Garcia got popped. So I want to see how is Devin Haney gonna react when he catch a couple of shots to the chin, or even if he gets hurt. If he gets hurt, is he gonna be able to bounce back? So I'm looking forward to see how that's gonna play out. Yo, Witty, what's the deal, my G? Good to have you on, my brother. Let us know right away, man. Teofimo Lopez versus Barboza versus Arnold Barboza. How do you think that plays out, Witty? Love more Hinduism. I think he mentally done. I mean, I have that question mark. Like, I really want to see where Devin Haney's at, because from the presser, it's hard to read him simply because he's so quiet, he's so subdued. You know, I guess he's trying to be also professional, let his pops do all the trash talking and all that good stuff. So it's hard to read how is Devin Haney. I don't like the fact that he keeps wearing them dark glasses. It's almost like like he's hiding, because people tend to do that too. You know, they tend to like hide behind the glasses. But I can't really read him. You know, I'm not sure. Maybe he's gonna show up and be the best version of Devin Haney once again. And if he is that, I think he'll be able to outbox Jose Ramirez. You know, Ramirez will keep coming forward trying to catch him, but that big shot is not gonna land. You know, Devin Haney's gonna be sharp on his toes, good head movement, keep that stick out there. And, you know, if we see the best version of Devin Haney, I think he's gonna win that fight and look good doing it. John Parham, I think Ryan in 10. Yeah, man, I think Ryan is going to stop Devin Haney. I mean, Rollies, I think Ryan is going to stop him. Witty, you got T.O. by decision? All right. I haven't made my prediction when it comes to that fight. I think it is going to be a good one. I haven't made a prediction yet. On Lace, Jay Smith, how do you feel about Bill dissing the reporter? I'm going to keep it real. Bill was out of order. Bill looked goofy as hell, and I'm going to tell you why. I guess he was trying to look tough because he's telling the reporter, you're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit. And the reporter asked him straight up, okay, so why are you saying that? What do you mean? Why are you saying that? And he didn't really have an answer. Oh, because, you know, everybody's rooting for Ryan, and you're talking about, but you're not really saying, like, I don't even know why he's saying that the dude was a piece of shit. Like, the dude really never talked bad about Bill. Never talked bad about Devin. Even asked Devin if he thought Ryan beat him because of the PEDs. I don't even know why he was calling him a piece of shit. Like, when the reporter asked him, yo, why are you saying that? We're selling a fight. He didn't even know how to answer. Nah, because, you know, everybody cheering and like, bro, but why are you saying that to that reporter? So Bill, to me, looked at goofy as hell, like disrespectful. You don't have to disrespect a reporter randomly for no reason just to sell a fight. John Parham, Haney has more to lose in this fight by far. That's a fact. That is a fact. You know, I think Haney right now is under pressure, not just to perform, but to look good. You know, like if this is a close fight, a split decision, a controversial win for him, it's not going to be a good look. You know, he has to look good so that we can say, okay, he moved past Ryan and he's doing his thing. Don't DR, you know Haney is going to get touched in that next Ryan fight. Ryan got more confidence too. Well, that's a fact. That's a fact. Listen, Ryan is going to go into that rematch feeling like he could knock Devin Haney out. But that is why Devin Haney is under pressure to perform. He has to perform. Witty, I think Devin is doing Ramadan. You see, that can also, that's why I say we don't know if it's confidence or something, because that can also affect the way that he's behaving in these press conferences. You know, he want to be respectful. He don't want to talk a certain way. So that could also be it. That could be part of it at least. John Parham, that reporter has also talked great about Devin in past events. That's what I'm saying. Like, even in that event, he's never talked in, I've never seen him talked in a negative way about Devin Haney or Bill. But I don't know, maybe Bill wants people to talk real great about Devin Haney, and he wants them to talk bad about Ryan Garcia. So if they don't talk bad about Ryan, they're pieces of shit. To me, it felt like Bill Haney wants every time somebody bring up Ryan's name for them to bring up steroids. And if they don't bring up steroids, he get mad. He want to make sure that they bring that up. Superman, salute, my brother. Good to have you on. Mr. Cayo, they both got to look good. That's a fact. I believe that they both got to look good, but the pressure's on Devin. Because at the end of the day, if they both don't look good, we got to remember, Ryan looked good against him. Ryan looked real good against Devin. So we have to see that, my people. We have to see it. But they both, look, Ryan has to get past Rollies, and Devin has to get past Jose Ramirez. Now, I think that Ryan Garcia has a better possibility of looking good versus Rollies than Devin has of looking good versus Jose Ramirez. What do you guys think? So that's the magic question right now. Who's going to look good taking into account the opponent that they have to face? Who's going to look better, Ryan Garcia or Devin Haney? My peoples, you already know. Remember to hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, remember to subscribe. Y'all already know what it is, man. This is Box Center, your favorite boxer's favorite boxing show. The Mexican G. Haney fought the worst version of Ryan. Fair enough. Fair enough. He allegedly used steroids. So we have to take that into consideration. Mr. Cayo, Rolly has less skill than both, but he can punch. I think he can hurt Ryan. That's facts. Jose Ramirez coming to fight too. And Bill and Dave got to move past this steroid accusation. The rematch is coming. You see, that's the thing that I don't get. Like, Bill and Devin, all they talk about is the steroid thing. It's like mentally, I wonder, have y'all been able to really get past that when that's all y'all want to talk about? Like, are we going to hear y'all talking about steroids in every presser? Because, bro, you got a different opponent in front of you that you have to worry about. And this guy can pop. This guy can pop. Mr. Cayo, Haney's going to look better. You think he's going to look better than Ryan? The Mexican G, Ryan was overweight and drinking when he fought Devin. And you know what's the funny thing about that? People say Ryan, he didn't make weight. Yo, for actual fight night, Devin was actually heavier than him. Devin gained more weight for fight night. Appreciate it, my brother. Y'all already know, my peoples. Hit that like button. Stop being cheap. All that good stuff. On Lace, Jose coming off of a loss against Barboza in November. But that's the point. He got that pressure. Jose Ramirez got that pressure to win. He needs this win. And of course, a win versus Devin Haney, it doesn't just mean that he become a champion. His stock goes right up. Because you know how it goes. When you take a loss, your stock goes down. That's just the way. Unless you're a big superstar, when you take that L, stock goes down. So Barboza's coming to fight. He feels confident. He's going to, try to catch Devin Haney with some big shots to see how he's going to react to that. And we have to see it. We have to see How is Devin Haney gonna handle power, my people? That's really what I want to see. How is he gonna handle it? Because at the end of the day, yo, I'm telling you, my people, for the time that I've been watching boxing, I've seen fighters take a nasty beating, and after that, their punch resistance goes like that, way down. Now all of a sudden, with any shot, they wobbling. Blue Moon Tiger King, Liverpool got knocked out of the Champions League. What? My brother, we talking boxing. We talking boxing over here. I'm going to give you an opportunity, my brother, to talk boxing. But if you bring up another sport, you're going to be out of here. Love more Hinduism. Barboza a bum. Ah, come on, bro. How you going to say that? I can't even believe you saying that. Barboza can fight, bro. He can fight. He can fight. He got good ring IQ, and he got pop in both hands. Barboza can hurt you. Don't get it twisted. Warlock Boxing. Facts. Witty. How's Ryan training? Teo said Eddie isn't training him. I mean, I don't know, to be honest. I don't know what type of training camp Ryan Garcia is having. I haven't been seeing videos of him, so I'm not sure how he's doing it. But we got to remember, before he fought Devin Haney, we kind of saw him like looking like he was screwing around and just having a good time. And then he went in there and beat the crap out of Devin. So we don't know what Ryan Garcia we're going to get until he gets in the ring. Mr. Kyle, Barboza's comp. Y'all don't sleep on that. Nah, yo, Barboza can fight. That's what I'm telling people, man. He definitely not a bump. On Lace, I think Jose has to put pressure on Devin early rounds, put him back into that fight or fight mode. The more Devin gets comfortable, it's over. That's a fact. If Devin get that jab going, get his rhythm going, he's going to box circles around him. But again, there's always going to be, for now, that question mark. How is Devin going to handle it when he gets hit? Because we know Devin is not a knockout puncher. He's probably not going to knock him out. It goes the distance. When a fight going to go 12, you're going to eat some big punches. That's the inevitable. You're going to get some shots that's going to land on you. How is Devin going to handle it? We're going to find out, my peoples. Jose 4043, how do you think the UFC boxing will do it? You mean the boxing promotion that Dana White is doing with His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh? I think it's going to do good. There's going to be a lot of money behind it. They have a good mindset as to, signing fighters and making everybody fight the best. Kind of like UFC. In UFC, you see the best fight the best all the time. So I think His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh and Dana White and their TKO promotional company, I think they're going to do that as well. They're going to bring a lot of good fighters to fight each other. The Mexican G, Ryan is training with Justin Fortune, a former boxer that has worked with Pacquiao. There you have it, my peoples. That's your answer. I wasn't aware of that, but like I said, man, with Ryan Garcia, we know what he's going to get when he climb in the ring. And by the way, Ryan Garcia, I feel like he's focused. And the reason I say that, we haven't seen him in controversies. We haven't seen him doing nothing crazy. We haven't seen him making crazy statements. It seems like he's focused. It seems like, we're going to get that version of Ryan Garcia where he's at the top of his game. And of course, I think he does not need to look past Rollies. You cannot look past Rollies, my brothers and sisters. That punching power from Rollies and them looping punches catch you is going to be a problem. It's going to be a big problem. Warlock Boxing. I want Barboza to beat Teo for talking shit about Boricuas. Yo, listen, to be honest, man, ever since Teofimo started doing the stuff with the bananas and the watermelon and calling people monkey, I kind of been wanting to watch him get his ass beat. I kind of want to see somebody humble him down so that he could finally say, yeah, my bad, I didn't mean it, and I was just doing it to sell the fight, and it looked goofy as hell. Shut him and his father up. But I tell you what, Teofimo's pops, man, he sell the fight. He be acting crazy, he be talking crazy, but he sell the fights too, man. I don't know if y'all heard him when Barboza knocked his hat off of him, and you can hear Teofimo pops, fuck that motherfucker up. Fuck that motherfucker up. So I guess, he the hype man in that team. Teofimo was like, oh, damn, Pop Duke's telling me. Pop, what did the five fingers say to the face? Slap. Gave it to him. But real talk, my peoples. I'm looking forward to all three of these fights. I think they're all really going to be good, man. There isn't going to be a boring fight. There isn't going to be a boring fight because Jose Ramirez, he's going to take it to Devin Haney. I know he don't got no respect for Devin Haney's power, and he's going to take it right to him. And he needs a W badly. And Devin Haney needs to look good. That's they're in the perfect storm to make it a real good fight. Ryan Garcia and Rollies, man, we already know. That fight, to me, I believe that fight is going to break out in the first round. In the first round, Rollies and Ryan are going to start trading nasty leather. That's how I see it. Teo and Barboza. So this PPV, I don't think so. I don't think it's on pay-per-view. Honestly, if it is on pay-per-view, it's going to be cheap because it's being held by His Excellency and them. And they doing pay-per-view fights at $25 a pop. But I believe so. But to the people in Times Square, a lot of people are going to be able to watch it for free, to what I'm told. There's going to be a lot of free seating over there. So I think maybe some seats are going to be sold for ringside, like the people that are right there by the ring. But all the bleachers, I think that shit is going to be free, bro. Crazy. The Mexican G. What did the five fingers say to the face? Slap. But you know what? That slap, I believe, is going to bring more bad blood to that fight, and it's going to make it an even better fight. Now you got two people that they already didn't like each other. Look, Barboza made it real obvious that he don't like Teofimo. Real obvious. And now Teofimo slapped you? Nah. Now we know it's going to get serious out there. They're gonna, I'm telling you, they're going to trade some nasty. So all three of those fights are just going to be real good, man. I don't know if anyone is going to be upset, but if anyone will be upset, I think it'll be Teo. Barboza been chasing Teo for years now. That's what I'm talking about. 3-4 years trying to get that fight. And it's finally happening. Let's see. The Mexican G. Barboza needs to stop Teo to get some respect back. I don't think he needs to stop him. I think if he beats him convincingly, that'll be enough. Because we got to understand, man, Teofimo, even though a lot of people hated on him for losing to Cambozas, he's been on a tear. He's been beaten, impressively. So we got to respect Teofimo Lopez. I'm talking about Josh Taylor. Y'all got to remember, Josh Taylor was not undisputed when Teofimo beat him. But the only reason he wasn't undisputed is because two of those titles got stripped. That's it. But he would have been undisputed. John Parham, stage. You think the slap was staged, John Parham? The Mexican G. I think that Cambozo's fight should have been a draw. I think it could have been a draw, but I'm okay with him losing. You know why? Because he got behind on a lot of rounds in the beginning. And then we finally stepped it up. Listen, man, Teofimo's father did a horrible job, man, in that fight. Horrible cornerman in that fight. Like, I don't know if y'all remember, but Teofimo was getting outboxed for like the first 4 or 5 rounds, and all you hear his father saying, fuck him up. Go out there, fuck him up. Like, what are you talking about, bro? He getting beat up out there. That's all you got? That's the instructions that you got? Like, bro, I'm trying to fuck him up. That's not working. What is we doing? So, at one point, Teofimo actually started boxing him, and that's when he started having success and even dropped him. But he started that too late, man. He got way behind on the cards. In fact, there was a point where you could see that Camboza was trying to survive. After he got dropped, he went on survival mode. But he could afford to do that because the first half of the fight, he won that easily. So, Teofimo's pops, man, I believe he did a horrible job. If someone else was in that corner, I think he could have won that fight. You can't go out there. They went out there thinking they was going to blast Cambozas out of there in 4 or 5 rounds. And then even after the 6th, 7th round, that's when they actually, oh shit, we're going to have to box this guy. We're not knocking him out. Too late. You got so far behind on the cards that you was not able to make it up. So I'm okay with him taking that loss because they just did not have the game plan down on the beginning of the fight. Oh, that was a horrible game plan if you thought you were going to blast him out of there. Mr. Cayo, facts. He did want that fight on Lace. His only answer was knock him out, knock him out. Like, come on, bro. Like, we're expecting if you the trainer, you the lead trainer, you the guy in the corner, we're expecting some instructions. You know, let him know what he's doing wrong. Let him know, yo, use that jab. You go to the body. You know, defense. You know, let him know what you want him to do. But yo, Teofimo's father, I don't know what he was doing on that fight with Barboza. I just kept hearing him saying, fuck him up. And it's like, bro, those are not instructions. He's trying to fuck him up, and it's not working out. Father-son, love more Hinduism. Father-son, trainer, don't mix. I mean, sometimes it works out. I think Teofimo Lopez should bring in someone else. He is now working with Eddie Reynoso. I don't even think his father should be in the corner. Real talk. I think his father, you know, if he want to join the training camp and help out and all that, but when it comes to being on the corner, I don't even think he needs to be there, bro. Real talk. And I'm not trying to hit on Teofimo's pops. He's a great hype man. Sell the fight. Let that be your job. Sell the fights. Do your trash talking. You good at that. The Mexican G. I wonder how if Teo will improve with Reynoso's training. I believe so. I believe that we're going to see maybe even the best version of Teofimo Lopez. That can happen. That's why, you know, just because Barboza's the best opponent that, you know, out of all them three, Teofimo, I believe, is facing the best opponent, but Teofimo's going to be on point, too. He's going to be on point. He's going to look real sharp. We got to see it play out. Love more Hinduism. Same problem with Danny Garcia. Yeah, man, Danny Garcia, his father talks a good talk, but I believe Danny Garcia's father is a better trainer than Teofimo's father, because Teofimo is almost like he just focused on trash talking. Even during the fight, he's like on trash talking mode. I don't see him giving actual instructions. Viz, hi my brother, big up from Australia. What's good, Biz? Good to have you on, my brother. You already know what it is, man. Shout out to you and everybody up in Australia. I can't wait to visit Australia, man. Real talk. John Parham, Hannibal, Mr. Keiko, just double tap the screen. No doubt, my brother. Let's remind y'all, man. Hit that like button. Don't be cheap now. Hit that like button. Whoever haven't subscribed, subscribe to Box Center, my peoples. The Mexican G, Teofimo Sr., Angel Garcia, Ruben Guerrero, the worst father trainer ever. Listen, there's some fathers, man, that they just don't even need to be trainers. There's some fathers out there who the only reason why they're a trainer is because they have a very talented son. And so they're able to be there with the son and go up with the son. But they sons will do a lot better without your ass. Take your ass home. Be the hype man. Be the guy yelling and all that good stuff. But come on now. Come on. That's right, my peoples. 94 more subscribers and we get to 1,000. We getting to 1,000, my peoples. Mr. Keiko, how y'all feel about Schofield's pop? I mean, I don't know how good he is as a trainer. He talks a lot of shit. And it looks like Schofield got the type of father who, you know, I think he talks a little bit too much and he could get his son in trouble. Because to be honest, I don't believe that he was ready for Shakur. I believe that he was going to be made to look bad. He was just going to get sunned out there. Real talk. Real talk, my peoples. Floyd Schofield was going to get sunned by Shakur. So his father talked him into an ass whooping. I'm telling you. Pop Dukes talked him into an ass whooping. So Floyd, you know, I thought that they faked that illness, but based on the pictures that I saw from the hospital, I'm led to assume that it was real, that he really did get ill. But Floyd Schofield's pops, man, he be talking too crazy, man. He's talking about Shakur's people poisoned them. Like, how dumb does that sound? You think a world champion, a 3-division champion, an undefeated fighter, a guy who's the favorite to win this fight, he's going to risk his reputation, even risk going to jail, trying to poison his opponent? What kind of goofy shit is that? So, Floyd Scofield's pops with them allegations, he looked goofy as hell, at least to me. Unless Jay Smith facts, pops definitely talked him into an ass whooping. I'm trying to tell you, my peoples, Floyd Scofield's gonna get absolutely dominated. So he lucky that they not fighting, that they didn't make that fight. Mr. Cayo, we know why they cutting off them comments on IG wasn't here. I couldn't catch what you said there. Second or first real champ, but with a real multi-division world champ who unified before that, had better experience. Yo, listen to this, my brother. Ladies and gentlemen, Floyd Scofield never had a title shot, never fought a top-level opponent, never fought anybody with a name, never fought on a big stage. He was going to be a deer in the headlight, my peoples. You know what was going to happen in that fight? He was going to come out extra aggressive, like, yeah, I'm going to beat this guy up, like jittery, jumpy, nervous, and he was just going to get beat up. He was going to get embarrassed out there. That's how that shit was going to play out. Viz, I believe Shakur been fighting low-class fighters. I would like to see him fight top fighters. I agree with you. Not all of them been low-class, because you remember, he beat Oscar Valdez, he beat Jamel Herring, 2 reigning world champions that are elite, both of them. He also beat De Los Santos. De Los Santos a very, very good fighter, my brother. I promise you. Now, Shakur, I do want to see him with the big names. I want to see him with the Devin Haneys, with the Tank Davis, with the Teofimos. But guess what? All them dudes been ducking him. How can you fight guys that don't want to fight you, that refuse to fight you? Mr. Cayo, he was going to get picked off. Yo, I'm telling you, man. He was going to be target practice for Shakur. He was going to be target practice. On Lace, John Word, I got to go check it out. I see Tim Bradley was back. Mr. Cayo, whose top fighters left? Specifically at 135. John Parham, Hopkins is now a Baltimore Raven. Oh. So, listen, my people. The 135 division still has some good fighters. Still some top-level competition. It's just that nobody want to fight Shakur, my people. Shakur, Doug Devin, 75-25 split. William P., that's 100% wrong. Devin definitely ducked Shakur. And I'm going to tell you why. Please listen to this, my peoples. William P., I want you to please listen to this, my brother. I'm going to prove to you right now that Devin ducked Shakur. Shakur Stevenson was his mandatory. Devin Haney made a 75-25 split, right? And as soon as Shakur said no, what did he do? Ran from the division. No negotiations. No trying to make the fight. But let me just remind you this, my brother, before you respond. Shakur Stevenson enforced his mandatory, and the fight was going to purse split. If you're familiar with this, when a fight goes to purse split, the champion gets between 70 and 80, and the challenger gets between 20 and 30. So if it would have went to purse split, Devin Haney was still going to get close to that 75. He was still going to get about the same amount of money. Yet, instead of going to purse split, he dropped all of his titles and left the division completely, left out of the reach of Shakur. Devin Haney, without a doubt, 100% ducked Shakur Stevenson. You know why you're saying that, my brother? Devin Haney fooled you. He fooled you by making a lowball offer so Shakur can decline it, and now Devin can say, I made an offer? I tried. Bro, how you make an offer and run from the division and drop all of your titles? When have we ever seen a fighter have a mandatory and not defend because he made an offer? Come on. Let's be real. When have we ever seen that? Every time that we've seen a fighter have a mandatory and drop their titles, we say he ducked. But Devin Haney was slick. Instead of dropping the titles first, he made a lowball offer, and before Shakur can counter, he ran from the division and dropped the belts. We got to remember, Devin Haney said that he was going to stay undisputed, that he was not trying to relinquish any of his titles. He was undisputed until Shakur Stevenson enforces mandatory, and then he dropped the belts. He ducked. He just ducked in a very smart way. Made a lowball offer. Shakur didn't accept it. Ran from the division. But you got to remember, how can we really say Shakur ducked Devin Haney when Shakur enforced his mandatory? He didn't just not take the offer and say, okay, now I'm not fighting you. He enforced his mandatory. He forced him to drop his belts. He deboed Devin Haney out of his belts. Devin Haney ceased to being undisputed the moment Shakur Stevenson enforces mandatory. And I'm going to remind y'all, when the sanctioning body told Devin Haney, you got to fight Teofimo Lopez, he stayed quiet. And finally, when they say, okay, well, since you're staying quiet, this fight is going to purse split. My peoples, I was following this very closely. It was like 4 days before the purse split. Like 4 days before they had to go to purse split. Devin was like, nah, I'm leaving the division. I'm out of here. I'm dropping these titles. Huh? Come on, my peoples. Come on. Who really duck who? How you have a mandatory, you go to purse split, and you still going to get around that same 75%, but you don't go to purse split. You don't even go to the purse split. You drop your titles and leave the division entirely. Come on now. Devin Haney was an undisputed champion until Shakur became his mandatory. Then he dropped all of them belts and ran from the division. Come on now. How can you make an argument against that? Warlock Boxing, Jay Smith, do you have merch for your channel? I see you have a hat with your logo. So the hat is actually going to be for sale soon. I'm trying to find a way, because remember, I'm in Dominican Republic, so I'm trying to find a way where I could ship it to the U.S. for cheap. Because I don't want to sell the damn hat, and tell people, oh, it's $60. I don't want to try to, sell it expensive as hell. And right now, I'm just figuring out a way where I could ship it in the cheapest way possible. So that way I could sell the hat, for $25, $30. So I'm working on that, my brother. I'm definitely working on that. I have different hats. People been asking me about them. I'm working on it. But again, my peoples, to everybody that says Shakur ducked Devin, let's look at the facts. Devin made an offer. Shakur countered with that offer by enforcing his mandatory. Devin Haney dropped all of his titles and left the division. Who really ducked who? And listen, what Devin Haney did is not the first time that it's been done. Look at Canelo Alvarez with Benavidez. What he do? Or I want $200 million to fight him. We all know he ducked it. We all know he asking for $200 million because he wasn't going to get it. Canelo hasn't made $100 million for a fight. He ain't made $100 million for a fight yet. And you asking for $200 for Benavidez. So that's one of the oldest trick in the book. Make a crazy ass offer so that you can say, well, I made an offer, he didn't take it. But at the end of the day, the key word here is mandatory purse bid. With that purse bid, Devin Haney would have got close to that 75%, my peoples. You could look it up. The champion always get between 70 and 80. Devin Haney was going to get about the same amount of money. Why not go to the purse split? Them niggas was like 4 days away from the purse split, bro. 4 days away from the purse split. When Devin Haney said, oh, I changed my mind. I'm leaving the division. I'm out of here. What you mean? Literally on Monday, I was posting videos about it. Like, that purse split coming up. Devin Haney gonna have no choice. And a couple of days later, I just hear that he decided to leave the division and drop all his titles. That's it. He ducked. He, without a shred of doubt, ducked Shakur Stevenson. And they all have, my people. I'm trying to tell you. Shakur been trying to fight all these guys. And all of them found their way out. Their way to... Look, that's why I hate the narrative that fighters have used. Like, oh, now he's boring. I'm not going to fight him. He's boring. That's a narrative that they use to duck him specifically. William P. Devin did it, but they realized he not a Tank Davis or PPV star and left division. Yeah, my brother, but the point is, he made a 75-25 offer. He was going to get that same amount of money with a purse split. Why didn't he wait for the purse split? Because you got to remember, my peoples, Devin Haney could have waited for the purse split, and when they made the offer for that purse split, he could have still left the division. He could have still vacated. But you know why he didn't wait for the purse split? Because when that purse split, it might have even been 80-20 in his favor. The purse split could have even been 80-20 in his favor. So now, if the purse split would have been 80-20 and he still left the division, y'all would have known he ducked. Because everybody would have said, wait a minute. You want a 75 and you get it 80. Why are you leaving the division? But he's slick. He didn't wait for the purse split. He left. Like, yo, I swear to God, my peoples, everybody who's been here, y'all know I don't cap. Y'all know I don't make stuff up. Y'all know I don't come with the fake news. I swear to you, my brothers and sisters, Devin Haney announced that he was leaving the division like 3 or 4 days before the purse split. That's it. They were going, before the purse bid. They were going to the bid, my peoples. He could have went to the purse bid, and he chose not to. He knew, if I go to purse bid and they offer me the 75 I already wanted, I'm going to be under pressure now. Because if I leave the division, they're going to know I was ducking. But if I leave before the purse bid, everybody's going to say that I made an offer already, so I'm good. They were smart. They ducked without making it seem like they was ducking. That's what Devin did. Mr. Cayo, facts, all narrative. We know some boxing styles are boring. Slick defensive fighters fighting off of the back foot all night and using the jab is considered running. William P. on Lace, you're right, he ducked. But I don't think he ducked Martin. It was about money. He didn't duck Martin. If anything, it was Martin that ducked him because it was Frank Martin that pulled out of the fight. It was Frank Martin who pulled out. But to keep it 100, Frank Martin pulled out because they agreed to a contract without him. And he didn't like that. They agreed to a contract. He realized they agreed, Errol Spence and his team, they agreed that he would fight for $1 million purse. But guess what? A lot of times boxing fans don't know. Okay. I thought you was talking about Frank Martin. But I want to point something out anyways. A lot of times boxing fans don't know. Yo, when a fighter get $1 million, the purse, yo, they're going to walk away, yo, with less than $600,000. After they pay that training camp, after they pay the coaches, the trainers, after they pay the nutrition, after they pay everything involved with that camp, after they pay taxes, they going home, yo, with less than $600,000. They be lucky to have $500,000 in their pockets. So they get far from $1 million. Far from it. So Frank Martin, he wasn't trying to fight the best out for the amount of money that he was going to get. Or Sandor Martin, not Frank. Look, Sandor Martin, he's a very good fighter, but he just doesn't have a name. A lot of people, and he's a high risk, low reward type of fighter. A lot of guys are not trying to fight him. Look at that. William P. Roach made $600K to fight Tank Davis. We're going to see. Now, for that rematch, Roach is going to get the bag. If they're able to do that rematch, Roach is going to get the bag. I promise you. His stock is way up. William P. LB Marshall. What's good, Jay Smith? The best channel in the building, Papa. This fight going to make or break Devin Haney. What you think? Salute, my brother. Listen, I'm going to tell you like this. That we was talking about that earlier. Devin Haney needs this win, but he also needs to look good. He cannot win a split decision or a controversial win. He needs to look good because, it's always that question mark. Is Devin Haney going to be confident after taking that beating from Ryan Garcia? He took a nasty beating. How is he going to look his next time out? So he has that pressure. But then what makes this even more interesting, Devin Haney has that pressure to perform. But guess what? Jose Ramirez is coming off of an L. Jose Ramirez is looking for a W that he needs badly too. So we're looking at two fighters who both have their own circumstances of why they need to look good. Because we got to remember, Devin Haney lost versus Ryan Garcia. That fight was simply overturned because Ryan was allegedly on steroids. But he lost. Got his ass whooped. Got dropped multiple times. Took a beating. Had his jaw looking like the Ninja Turtles out there. Remember how his jaw looked? Looking like Donatello? So there's pressure for him to perform and to look good. And Bill has been saying that in the press conferences. Like, Devin Haney is going to look good. But as his father, he's supposed to say that. He's selling the fight. But you see William P., you remember that beating. I'm telling you, Devin Haney looked like a Ninja Turtle the way his jaw was looking. You know how the Ninja Turtles be like that, wide in the face? That's how he came out of that fight. So how is he going to react when Jose Ramirez catch him with a big punch? Is he going to be able to handle it? Is he going to get wobbly? We got to see. We got to see. Because Devin Haney's not going to knock him out. We know Devin Haney's not a power puncher. So it's not like he's going to blast him out of there. He's going to have to outbox him for 12 rounds. And during those 12 rounds, he's going to get hit. He's going to eat a big shot. How is he going to react to it? We have to see it. Matt Gomez. Is it just me? Or was that slap a bit reminiscent of Conor Benn and Chris Eubank? I mean, by the way, Chris Eubank got fined $130,000 for that slap. Some people agree with the slap, some people don't. I agree with the fine. Fine his ass. Don't bring anything in the ring to hit your opponent with. I'm not down with it. It was entertaining to watch. It could help sell the fight, but I'm not with it. Don't hit your fighter with nothing. Now, if you want to put your hands on him, that's a different story. I don't have an issue with that. LB Marshall, that fight should have been stopped. Ryan punished Devin badly. They didn't stop that fight because they didn't, I'm not even going to say why, but that could have been stopped. Devin Haney took a nasty beating. He was wobbling. And you know what? Bill Haney, he's messed up. Like, you watching your son taking a beating of a lifetime, and you're not going to stop that, man? Come on, bro. Come on. William P. So was tail slap justified? To be honest, it was justified. You knocked my hat off. You don't know how I'm going to react. He reacted. Plus, he had his father yelling from outside like, yo, fuck that motherfucker up. Fuck him up. He the hype man. Teofimo listened to the hype man. Put hands on him. So, my peoples, talk to me about Ryan Garcia versus Rollies. Is that fight going to be... Is a fight going to break out right away? Is a fight going to break out right away? I believe when that fight starts, it's not going to take too long before it turns into a slugfest. Just because Rolly, he feel like he could knock Ryan out, he's going to be aggressive. Ryan Garcia is a guy to retaliate. He's not a runner. He's going to start shooting that left hook. I believe there's not going to be too much studying, too much trying to figure each other out. They're going to be super aggressive, I think, from round one. It turns into a slugfest early. Early. On Lace, round 3, and they start throwing leather. Third round, it's on. I think that we might see some nasty leather by the ending of the first round. Honestly, I think that, maybe the first minute we're gonna see some jabs, looking for their way in. But by minute 2 into the first round, I think we're gonna see some of those looping shots from Rolly, trying to knock Ryan's head off. And I think we're gonna see Ryan retaliating. Listen, I wouldn't even be surprised if somebody hit the canvas on the first round. Real talk. 5'9" Leon, he didn't have much to say. Maybe he just didn't sell the fight well. But a lot of people like Rolly personally. Now that you say that, 5'9" Leon, I'm surprised that Rolly's has been kind of like calm. Like if you see him on stage, maybe it's because they just kicked off this press tour. It's a lot of dates left. I think maybe as they get closer to the fight, we're going to see the usual Rollies. But I'm surprised. He's been real calm on stage. Real relaxed. In fact, when they did that last face-off, it was Ryan Garcia trash-talking him. And Rolly was just quiet, staring at him. So, they still have a long press tour to go. I think that Rolly, he's gonna start stepping up his presser game, because Rolly's one of the most entertaining fighters. But he's been real quiet. He's been real quiet in the pressers. 5'9" Leon, yeah, he was real relaxed. While Ryan Garcia was like talking up a shitstorm. We have to see. I think that, like I said, man, I think a fight is gonna break out. With Devin Haney, with Ryan Garcia and Rollies, I think a fight is gonna break out early. The only fight that I think is gonna be more strategic is Devin Haney versus Jose Ramirez, simply because we know what Jose Ramirez brings to the table. He's gonna come forward. He's gonna try to take it to Devin. But I feel like Devin is going to use that footwork. He's going to try to stay away from getting caught with a big shot. He's going to keep that stick out there. That's what I expect. But the two fights where I know a fight is going to break out is Ryan versus Rollies and Teofimo versus Barboza. Those fights are going to break out. And I think that they're both going to break out early. 5'9" Leon, he even said no predictions. John Parham, if Rolly beats Ryan, Ryan becomes a rapper. I mean, you know what? I think, if Ryan Garcia loses to Rolly, he still fights Devin Haney. Believe it or not. Because Devin Haney, he wants to fight Ryan more than he wants to fight anybody. I think that they didn't do an immediate rematch because Bill wanted to see how Devin Haney was after taking that beating. They decided, let's fight somebody else. Let's fight a good opponent. And after that, we can go for Ryan. But let's not do it right away. I think that was smart. I think that was a smart move. Ryan Garcia, he has a lot of options. He makes a lot of money outside the ring. That's what makes him, such a big star. But I don't think if he loses to Rolly, I don't think he retires. And I tell you what, if he loses to Rolly, it's going to be by knockout. Rolly's not going to beat him by points. If Rolly's beat him, it's going to be a nasty shot that sleeps him. And we just have to see that fight, man. I believe that Ryan Garcia is going to beat Rolly's by knockout. But this is what, Rolly's is always a dangerous fighter. If you watch Rolly's versus Tank Davis, he was putting hands on Tank. Before he got slapped, he was putting hands on Tank. We gotta keep it 100, my peoples. Gotta keep it 100 when it comes to that fight. 5'9" Leon. Hell no, definitely not going to have to put Ryan to bed. Rolly can't win by points at all. That's facts. He's not gonna outbox Ryan, and he's not gonna win, most of the rounds. He gotta knock him out, and I believe that he is gonna be aiming to knock him out. He was coming forward versus Tank. I remember, he was walking Tank down, landing some big shots on him. But then ultimately he made that mistake. Overcommitted with a right hand. Got countered with that nasty left shot from Tank that has knocked out a lot of people. Knocked out. If he would have kept his distance and used his jab, he could have won that fight on points. But that's the thing, man. Rolly, he's so sloppy with it, man. He's so. Matter of fact, he was not gonna win on points. He was not gonna beat Tank on points, because that's the Tank is a slow starter versus everybody. So he always loses 2-3 of the early rounds, and when he step it up, that's when the problem starts. William P. Ryan took almost a year off. I hope he beat Rollies. When you're gonna see it, I believe that he's gonna beat him. I believe that he's the more skilled boxer, and both of them got a horrible defense. Both of them are not defensive juggernauts. So you got two guys who got bad defense, but one of them is a lot sharper with the hands. Rolly's got the power, but Ryan got power and he's sharper. I think because of that, Ryan Garcia is going to walk out of there with the W by knockout. He's going to be, I'm telling you, my peoples, he's going to be looking to knock Rolly out. That's what I'm expecting to see. Y'all already know, my peoples. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. My peoples, I'm about to get the hell out of here. But before I do, I want to give a shout out to John Parham, 5-Line Leon, William P., everybody who came through to show some love on Lace. Salute my brother, everybody. You guys always come through, show me love. Y'all don't hesitate to hit that like button. Invite people to come see me, come check me. Y'all already know what it is, man. Salute. One love to everybody who come through. We're going to be talking boxing tomorrow morning again. We're going to do what we do. By the way, some of you already saw, I'm starting to build my studio for the official Box Center studio, my people. Salute Moe Olsen. Claude Hughes. Salute, my brother. Y'all already know I'm building my studio, and I can't wait to show y'all what I'm cooking, my peoples. Box Center, the show. Yo, Box Center, the show is going to be, just something special. Just something y'all ain't never seen before. I'm going to be bringing you a boxing show like there is no other. So I can't wait to finish building the studio, bring you guys that. But again, my peoples, I really appreciate y'all always show me love. Y'all always come through, check in with me. And tomorrow, 9 o'clock Eastern time, we're going to be going live doing what we do, my peoples. Y'all already know what it is, man. This is Jay Smith. This is Box Center, your favorite boxers, favorite boxing show. Salute, my peoples. One love to everybody who tuned in. Bam. Let's get the fuck out of here, my peoples. I got to eat.